You guys ask, and I deliver. It's time for a deck profile of the deck that I used in a duel video earlier today. It is time for the Junk Otter OTK. Now, before we go into the deck profile, I should note this is the first version of the deck. In the side deck, you'll be able to see some other options of what I was planning to test. The duel I actually uploaded earlier today was the first proper duel that I was able to use the OTK in. I haven't really tested much else of the deck. I just wanted to get the OTK out there to show it to you guys since it's recently been discovered. Alright, let's go into it. 3 Junk Synchron, very important for the deck, obviously, because it's a main part of the OTK, and obviously 3 Otter. Junk Synchron is possible to just use 1, but it's better to use 3 because you actually really want it in your hand. We even have searches for it. 3 copies of Tree Otter. These are necessary, and as I said in the duel video, make sure they're not Xyz materials because otherwise the entire OTK is not going to work. There's some other, a good amount of other level 2 beasts just to keep up with the theme, keep up with the synchro and Xyzing options, because there's far more than the OTK that can be your win condition. And Tanukit Pumpako and Tanukit Tantan work with that. Rico is a really good level 2 beast, as you should all know. Is able to destroy a card in the field and then mill 3 cards, among which might just be the one Tree Otter that you want in your graveyard. Super nimble Mega Hamster. I like the lightning on his belly. Anyway, Super nimble Mega Hamster lets you set a beast type. I usually go for Tauntaun or Rico. Tauntaun to summon something for an Xyz option, or Rico if I want to destroy something, or if I don't have a Tree Otter in my grave yet, Tree Otter, so the opponent will be attacking into it. 2 Wind-Up Kittens as sort of a compulsory evacuation device on legs. 3 Nimble Momonga. It's a level 2 beast, it's Earth, works, and it can get me some extra life points and thin the deck out with its effects, although it's kind of slow, but yeah, some others are as well, like Tanuki Tantan, so that doesn't really matter. It's not the fastest deck out there. Then I have 1 X-Saber Airbilum. You might wonder why. Well, the reason behind it is I have a lot of level 2 Earths. Most of my level 2s are Earths. The only that are not are Tree Otter, which is water, and Rico, which is light. Nimble Momonga, Wind-Up Kitten, Tanuki Tantan, and Tanuki Pumpako are all still level 2 Earth monsters. So with Airbilum, you are able to make Naturia Beast, which is a very good level 5 synchro. I have 2 copies of Tuning to search for Junk Synchron, and maybe just get that Tree Otter in the grave for the other effect. Closed Forest to help with, well, if you can't get the OTK off, you can get some good extra power on your beast monsters. Inferno Reckless Summon, a very important card in the OTK. You use it after Junk Synchron summons the first Tree Otter. Use this card to summon the other 2. Monster Reburn to summon a monster back, would it be necessary? Let's say a Junk Synchron gets failured, with effect failure, but you have Monster Reborn in your hand, you could still use Reborn on Tree Otter and continue the OTK that way. Heavy Storm to get rid of back row, because there's quite a lot of traps that can stop this OTK, so you want to get rid of them when possible. 1 MST to help with that thing. Pot of Avarice to shuffle some monsters back into the deck and draw them again. Terraforming, 1 copy to search for Closed Forest. If you want to fully focus the deck on the OTK, you take out Terraforming, you take out Closed Forest, you put other stuff in, like MST to get rid of more of the back row, for example. But this is to keep up more of the consistency of there being other win conditions than just the OTK. I have 3 copies of Trapstone that I'm playing. You usually use it when you have it already set on a previous turn. Use it during your draw phase so any traps that the opponent may want to activate will be negated, and Threatening Roar to just stall for some more time that you can get the cards that you want. I have Ally of Justice Catastrophe. I can easily make level 5, and somewhat easy I can make level 7 Synchro, so those are the ones I have in my deck here. Catastrophe, overall the best level 5 Synchro we have, I'd say. Naturia Beast, if you have an Earth Tuner and Earth non-tuners, go with this guy. Junk Warrior, you need at least 1 for the OTK. Put in a second because you may just want to use it. 1 Frozen Fitzgerald. There's level 2 beasts and there's Junk Synchron. Why not use Frozen Fitzgerald? Is a very good card. And once again, one of my favorite synchros out there. Junk Archer to get rid of an annoying opponent's monster. Black Rose Dragon if you want to just nuke the field and completely obliterate everything. Z-Man the Ape King. You don't see it often, but what you should note is that just like with all of the Dark Synchros like Frozen Fitzgerald, it needs 1 non-tuner monster. Not 1 or more like most people. This is what I misread when I first used the Dark Synchro deck that I've used in a deck profile and duel videos earlier. It needs to be one non-tuner. So this only works with Junk Synchron and Mega Hamster. Doesn't work with any other. You can't use Junk Synchron and a Pumpuko and a Momonga. Doesn't work. It needs to be just one non-tuner. But it has a good effect, and it can also negate attacks, which is very helpful. And then just a generic level 7 Synchro, which is Scrap Archery and 2700 attack. Then I have some rank 2 Xyzes, one Gotchi, because it helps stall, and that little attack and defense boost might just work. Herald of Pure Light, have never used it before, but I can see where it comes from, so I have one copy of that. 2 copies of number 64 Sandayu, the Vatanuki. 1 copy is necessary for the OTK, but I can see it in this beast deck being used multiple times, so that's why I have 2 copies. The Gusto Phoenix, I'd say definitely one of the best rank 2 monsters out there. 1500 attack, but if you detach it, it can attack twice, so that's max 3000 damage from just that effect. And then, would you have 3 monsters out and you feel this is a good option, number 96 Dark Mist, 1 copy of that as well. In the side deck, cards that I've been thinking about using that I plan on testing later on, 2 more MSDs to get rid of back row because you want to get the OTK going. Xyz Encore, the original idea for this was to get rid of Evilstorm Ophion, because Ophion stops the OTK. Because when Ophion has at least 1 Xyz material, level 5 and higher monsters cannot be special summoned. And all of my synchros are level 5 or level 7, which is level 5 or above. So Xyz Anchor gets rid of all of Ophion's materials to actually allow those summons again. Compulsory Evacuation Device to get rid of the opponent's monsters that are in the way. Dark Desert Topiary to work with Gold Sarcophagus, just like in the Junk Tanuki deck, to summon a monster from the graveyard. Imperial Iron Wall, and also Gachi Gantetsu. I already have one in the deck. I originally had a second one instead of Herald, but I thought, there will be only very few times where I'd want to use a second Gotchi, and I can see myself using Herald of Pure Light at some time, so that is why Gotchi is in the side deck, because I may put it in the extra deck again when I feel it's necessary. Right, guys, this was the deck profile for the Junk Otter OTK. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any further questions, just ask me. If you have a new idea for a deck profile that you'd like to see, let me know, and I'll get to that as soon as I can, as long as I'm not on vacation. Because I'm going on vacation quite soon. Right, see you later.